We just announced our results for year ended 2015. We've registered a net profit of 454 crores, which is up 3% over last year. Notably, during the year, our disbursements have gone up also by 3% and crossed a milestone of 10,000 crores. Our deposit accretions have been an all-time record at 258 crores, which also represents a renewal rate of 84%. So that has been also a milestone. In terms of the overall performance of the company, I think viewed in the context of an economy which was sluggish and struggling for most part of the year, and even more so an automotive industry which struggled for most part, our performance has to be viewed in that context. So as far as commercial vehicles are concerned, we registered a significant growth, increased our market share in all the key markets in which we operate, and in the passenger car segment, we retained our market share. So effectively, what it was a year when, off a very small base, the commercial vehicle industry posted something which looked like respectable growth. But if you look at it in the context of the last 3 years, the CV industry is still very much struggling to get back to the highs of pre-2012. And the passenger car market also, while they've put out figures of a growth of 3 or 4%, at the retail end, I would suspect sales were flat. So it's been a tough year, 2014-15. Actually, I would say it's been a tough couple of years, starting in 2013-14. However, that is behind us. As we look ahead with what I would call cautious optimism. After 2 difficult years, one hopes and expects that the Achhe Din that have been promised will actually come to pass. The 2 concerns or worries which I have would be an adverse movement in international crude prices. The recent signals that we've seen are not terribly encouraging there. And the second one, of course, is closer home, the behavior of the monsoon. So both these things have a significant bearing not only on our business and our industry, but for the larger economy itself. So these are 2 things that we will be tracking very closely, and if there is no adverse development on these 2 counts, I do believe that this year could see a turnaround, albeit modest, but a turnaround going into especially the second half of this financial year. So that's sort of broadly our outlook on how things may pan out. And obviously, as I say, we hope that the 2 adverse factors which I talked about don't come about, in which case I think we can realistically look forward to a growth in, say, high single digits, sort of a 8-9% growth. That's sort of what we'd look to.